biggest scandal in football history, and it was secretly controlled from behind the scenes. In 2015, the FBI stormed a luxury hotel in Switzerland and arrested the most powerful men in football. Not players, not coaches, the people who controlled FIFA itself, and the story FIFA never wanted you to hear. So let's go back to 2010. Inside a room in Zurich, 22 men are sitting around a table. Their job that day? Pick which country gets to host the 2022 World Cup. Now, there were some obvious choices. The USA, Australia, South Korea, countries with real football history, huge stadiums already built, and fans who'd been waiting for this. But then one name came out, and it shocked the entire world. Qatar, a country with basically no football history, no stadiums, and summers so hot, temperatures hit 122 degrees Fahrenheit. People couldn't even understand how the players were supposed to survive out there, let alone play a full match. So how did they win? That question took investigators 5 whole years to actually answer. Because once people started digging, they found things that didn't add up. Bank transfers going to weird places, shell companies with no real business, payments that made 0 sense for a fair vote. And what they uncovered didn't just stop at one World Cup decision. It led straight into decades of hidden money moving inside FIFA itself. Turns out for years, FIFA officials had been quietly taking bribes for broadcasting deals, for sponsorships, and yes, for hosting votes. Altogether, we're talking over $150 million. But here's the crazy part. Nobody saw it coming, because from the outside, FIFA looked completely. Trophies being lifted, big smiles for the cameras, handshakes, national anthems, kids in jerseys running onto the field with their favorite players. The whole world just watching in excitement, having no idea what was happening behind the scenes. Because behind all that, there was a corruption network stretching across 4 different continents. So, in May of 2015, the FBI finally made their move. They raided that same hotel in Zurich right before FIFA's big annual meeting. 14 officials got charged that day. Some of them were literally arrested in their pajamas, pulled straight out of their hotel rooms before they even had coffee. But here's the thing. The man at the very top, FIFA's president Sepp Blatter, wasn't arrested that day, which made everyone ask the same question. How did this guy survive this long? And honestly, the answer is pretty simple. He controlled the votes. He controlled the money. And for 17 straight years, he controlled the silence around all of it. But silence like that, it never lasts forever. Just days later, with pressure coming from every direction, Blatter finally resigned. The most powerful man in world football gone in less than a week. Now, you'd think that's where the story wraps up. But it's not even close. Because the real cost of all this corruption, it wasn't just measured in dollars, it was measured in human lives. See, to actually build Qatar's stadiums in time for 2022, thousands of migrant workers were brought in, mostly from India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. These guys left their homes with one simple hope: earn some money, send it back, support their families. But instead, a lot of them ended up working in brutal heat for extremely low pay, often without any real safety protection at all. Some were pulling 12-hour shifts under the desert sun, day after day, just to get these stadiums finished on schedule. Human rights investigations later linked thousands of worker deaths directly to the World Cup construction. Let that sink in for a second. A tournament built on celebration, built by people who never got a single moment to celebrate anything themselves. Most of them never even got to see the games they risked their lives building. So, when Qatar finally hosted the World Cup in 2022, everything looked incredible. Stadiums shining under the lights, a massive opening ceremony, fireworks exploding across the sky while millions of people watched from home, completely amazed. But underneath all that shine, there's a question a lot of fans still ask today, even after the trophy's been handed out. Was the beautiful game ever actually beautiful behind the scenes? FIFA promised the world a clean, fair sport. What they actually delivered was one of the biggest corruption scandals in the history of sports. And here's the scary part. This wasn't even the only scandal FIFA's been caught up in. There's another one out there, even darker than this one, that most football fans have never even heard about. Can you figure out what it is before the next video?